Hello, dear students. How are you all? Hope you're fine and healthy. So, today I am here with a new video, and this video is all about a revision for your unit test 2. Yes, dear students, you are going to have your unit test 2 uh, in the coming week. So, I thought of giving some revision, and this revision is about some middle questions from lesson 3rd and lesson 4th. So I hope lesson 3rd and lesson 4th will be for unit test. So I thought of giving some middle questions, and those middle points from the text are framed as fill the blanks and also as one mark questions. So I would like to discuss those points with you today in this video. So let us start with the questions. So actually they are all important points from the text I told. So what is the first question here? The first question is fibers made by man in factories using chemicals are called dashed fibers. So which fiber is made by man in factories by using chemicals? There are two types of fibers, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. But natural fibers are obtained from plants or animal, but synthetic fibers are made by man in factories using chemicals. So the answer is synthetic fibers. So let us move to the second question. The second question is synthetic fibers are made up of small units combined to form a large single units called dash. Synthetic fibers are all, even synthetic fibers, natural fibers are also made up of small units called monomer, and these monomers combine or join together to form a long chain of large single unit called polymer. The answer is polymer. Okay, so monomer forms polymer, and that is the fiber. Cotton is a polymer and it is called, so I already told, even natural fiber, cotton is a natural fiber, even that is made up of monomer and joined to form polymer. So which is the polymer of cotton? The polymer of cotton is cellulose. It is cellulose. Then which is the monomer of this cotton? The monomer of the cotton is glucose. So glucose joined together to form cellulose. Name the fiber obtained by the chemical treatment of wood pulp. So in your textbook, this fiber is the first fiber, is the first synthetic fiber, but it is not fully synthetic. It is half synthetic because it is obtained or made by wood pulp. You can see here it is made up of wood pulp, but why it is called half synthetic? Because it is obtained by the chemical treatment. Even chemicals are used in the treatment of this wood pulp, and the fiber is obtained. And which is that fiber? Hope you know the answer. It is a rayon. It is rayon. The next question. Name the first fully synthetic fiber. Which fiber is first fully synthetic, not half synthetic? Okay, it is the nylon. It is nylon. Nylon is first fully synthetic fiber. It was made purely by coal, air and water. So it is the first fully synthetic fiber. We'll move to the next question. The next question is dash fiber is used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. So name the fiber used for making parachutes, ropes for rock climbing. So we all know that this type of use, like parachutes, ropes for rock climbing, is used for a strong fiber. And which fiber is that which is strong as a steel wire? And it is nothing but a nylon. Nylon is very strong. That is why it is used for making parachutes and ropes. Next, Fabric made by dash fiber does not get wrinkled easily. It is a synthetic fiber and it does not get wrinkled. Wrinkled means there is no need of ironing, so it won't get wrinkled, and means it doesn't create any folds. So which is that fiber? That is your polyester. Next question. Dash form of polyester is used to make bottles, utensils, films, wires and many other useful products. So it is a form of polyester used to make bottles, utensils, cookwares and all. Which is that? It is nothing but your PET, especially your PET bottles. That is PET. The full form is polyethylene terephthalate. They are used to make bottles, utensils. Next question. Name the synthetic fiber that appear to resemble wool. So this synthetic fiber is appearing to resemble wool, but it is actually not wool, but is cheaper than wool. This is cheap. This synthetic fiber is cheaper than wool, but it is not wool, but it resembles wool. Which is that synthetic fiber? The answer is acrylic. The answer is acrylic. Next question. The raw materials of petroleum origin used to prepare synthetic fibers are called dash. See, synthetic fibers are prepared by petroleum origin, and that raw material used to prepare synthetic fibers are your petrochemicals. It is called petrochemicals. Also in coal and petroleum lesson also this is told that petrochemicals are used for making synthetic fibers. We'll move to the next question. Name the plastic which gets deformed easily on heating and can be bent easily. See, this plastic, there are two types of plastic. One type of plastic can be deformed, or we can heat it and make into different shape. That is, we can recycle that. And the other kind of plastic cannot be recycled after heating. Okay. The plastic, then this is the question here. The plastic which gets deformed easily on heating and can be bent easily, it is nothing but your thermoplastic. This thermoplastic can be recycled because it is bent on heating, and the examples are polythene and PVC. The next question is, plastics that cannot be softened by heating is called dash plastic. Some plastic cannot be softened by heating, means we cannot recycle that, and that plastic is called thermosetting plastic. See students, these two types of plastic should be remembered, and these 2 points should be learned. So here I have given some points in the form of fill in the blanks, some as a form of question and answer, but you should know that these are all important points and you have to learn these important points for and these points can be asked in any forms, so you should be ready to answer. Name the plastic used for non-stick coating on cookwares. So there is a type of plastic, and because it is so thermal resistant, this plastic can be used for non-stick coating on cookwares, for non-stick pan, tawas. So this can be used. And what is that? Which plastic it is? It is nothing but your Teflon. You have to remember it is Teflon. And there is one more type of plastic. It is used as uniforms of firemen. This plastic is coated to make them fire resistant. Once again I will read. Uniforms of firemen have coatings of plastic to make them flame resistant. Or which kind of plastic it is? And because it is flame resistant, even fire resistant plastics are there, and that all comes under thermosetting plastic. And which is that plastic? It is nothing but melamine. Melamine is a type of thermosetting plastic. It is heat resistant. Next, burning of plastic releases dash into the atmosphere. So burning of plastic is not good because it is very harmful to the environment. It causes air pollution. So what does it release? It releases poisonous fumes. So this is the answer. We'll move to the next question. The next question is, a material which gets decomposed through natural processes such as action by bacteria is called. So we all know that there are two types of materials. One type of materials are decomposed by microorganisms, and especially they are our organic materials like plant and animal matters. Okay, they can be decomposed. Decomposed means broken down or broken down in by microorganisms, and those materials are called biodegradable material. And the materials which cannot be decomposed by microorganisms, that those materials are called non-biodegradable. So understand that. The next question is, the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called. So which property of metals is it that the metals can be beaten into thin sheets? It is nothing but malleability property. Malleability. And this property tells that the metals can be beaten into thin sheets. That is why your aluminium sheet, aluminium foils, okay, silver thin sheets which can be coated on the sweets, silver coating can be done. Next, the property of metal by which it can be drawn into wires. We know that copper wire, aluminium wire, okay, and which is that property of the metal by which it can be drawn into thin wires? That is that ductility property. Ductility. Next, metals produce ringing sound. Hence, they are said to be, because they produce ringing sound, it is called sonorous property. Sonorous. Next, metals like dash and dash are soft and they can be cut with a knife. We know that metals are so hard. Your iron, copper, aluminum, they are so hard. But some metals are there that can be cut with a knife, it seems. And which are those metals? They are your sodium and potassium. They can be cut with a knife because they are so much soft. Let's move to the next point. Dash is the only metal which is found in liquid state at room temperature. So all the metals are solid except one metal which is there in the liquid state. Which is that? It is all known to everyone that it is mercury. It is mercury. The next question is, oxides of metals are dash in nature. What is the answer? Oxides of metals are basic in nature. Next, oxides of non-metals are dash in nature. The answer is, it is acidic. How to remember this? The easy way to remember this is, please remember about acid rain. What causes acid rain is your sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide causes acid rain. Okay, and sulfur dioxide, sulfur is a non-metal. Carbon is a non-metal. Sulfur dioxide is the oxide of non-metal. Carbon dioxide is the oxide of carbon. Okay, it is a non-metal. So non-metals combine with these oxides of non-metals combine with water and form acid rain. So remember that oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature. The next is, sodium reacts vigorously in oxygen and water. It is therefore stored in dash. Because sodium is reacting with oxygen and water, that's why it is stored in kerosene. Next, phosphorus is very reactive non-metal. It catches fire if exposed to air. Hence it is stored in, so phosphorus is very reactive non-metal. It catches fire if exposed to air. Hence it is stored in water because it is not reacting with water. The next question is, metals react with acid and produce dash gas. Dear students, metals react with acid and also with base and produce hydrogen gas with a pop sound. Next, dash are poor conductors of heat and electricity. So we all know that non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. That is why they are used for as a plug. Okay, and rubber is used as a gloves to handle electricity. So except graphite, all the non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. More reactive metals displace less reactive metals from their compounds in aqueous solution. Name this reaction. So, if a more reactive metals are displacing less reactive metal in aqueous solution, and that reaction is called displacement reaction. This is already told in the video. If you did not understood, please go through this video again. Name the smallest unit of an element. We all know that all the elements are made up of a smallest unit called atom. It is atom. And now this is the last question about a reaction, and this is a displacement reaction. See here, CuSO4 plus Zn. See, CuSO4 is a compound, and this compound is mixed with the water. That is why here it is called aqueous solution. If this compound is mixed with water, then it is an aqueous solution. In this solution, if you add zinc, zinc is more reactive than copper. So what happens? This zinc will displace. See, can you see? It will remove this copper outside and it will take its seat here. See, it becomes zinc sulfate and copper is precipitated outside. So this is what all about, and there are 30 questions in this video. Hope this video will help you in your studies, and there are so many other questions also in the textbook. So please read the textbook and frame your own questions also, and please learn thoroughly for the unit test. And this time for the unit test you will be having a minimum time, you won't get more time. So with the minimum, even I think it will be a second, or it will be 30 seconds or such. Within that seconds you have to write the answer. Okay, and the test will be in different manner, and that is why I thought of helping you in this helping you with this video. So please read the lesson thoroughly, understand the lesson, go through the videos once again and learn. Hope you people are learning, you are people writing the classwork. Some children are so prompt that they are sending their classwork and they are telling and they are giving comments in the comment box. Okay, so thank you for all those, and please be in touch with the teacher, and also please study well. So that is what I want you to know, that you have to study well for the exams. So good luck, dear students.